Hey, how's it going, guys? MrBossFTW here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm doing another Q&A video where I take your questions from Twitter and I answer them all in this video. So we've got a lot of questions to talk about today, so let's not waste any more time and let's jump straight into it. Our first set of questions today all revolve around what's apparently happening on March 7th. A lot of people are saying, is there a pattern that says a release date for a DLC is going to happen on March 7th? People are also asking, do you think there is a surprise DLC on March 7th? Because of the character transfer deadline, people are saying, what's going to happen on March 7th? You know, March 6th is when the character thing is going to be removed. So basically, a lot of questions about what's going to be happening on March 7th. Apparently, that's when a lot of people, including myself, expect Rockstar could do something. And the answer to this is either going to be resolved in two ways. Number one, Rockstar is going to come out with a newswire in the upcoming week or so, telling us that something is going to happen on March 7th. Or number two, the new event week that they're going to do in just 2 days will indicate if that's true or not. So Rockstar recently have been doing a pattern of 2-week event weeks, and if that continues, that means that it wouldn't be likely that a DLC would happen on March 7th. Because if that's the case, Rockstar would extend the next event week until March 13th. Which is a Monday. So I think that Rockstar is going to answer all of our questions with this, hopefully in due time, whether they say it intentionally on a newswire or whether we're able to infer some of that information from whatever they decide to do in the next event week. Now, there's always a chance that it could be a surprise update and that something could happen without us knowing on March 7th. Now, one thing that is interesting to note is that Rockstar do actually have to update the game in order to make this change. Now, I don't know if this is something they can do via tunables, or if something like this has to be done through a physical DLC. Like I said, we know so little about this, and it's honestly going to be up to Rockstar to provide more information here. But yes, March 7th is the next date that I'm looking forward to in terms of when we could see a new DLC. Up next, we have a question from Mad Zinga, who tweets at me, do you think the removal of character transfer next month will change update content prices because there will be less modded accounts? So basically what he's saying is, will items in the game be cheaper going forward after Rockstar removed the content character transfer thing? And I don't think so. In theory, you would think that would make sense because if there's less modded money, less cheaters, less hackers, maybe Rockstar would have less of a need to price things so high. But I don't think that's the case. I think Rockstar price items the way they do because it makes them a lot of money. When they price a bike or a car for $2.3 or $2.5 million, they know that most likely someone can't just afford that with the pocket change they have in their bank account. They're going to need to reach and get a shark card in order to fund it. So I don't think it has anything to do with the fact they're removing modders. I think they're doing that for two reasons. Number one, they want to try and clean up the game as best they can. But also number two, I think it's just kind of setting Grand Theft Auto Online on a course for when they do eventually stop updating it, they won't have to worry about modders and hackers and griefers and cheaters getting into lobbies. So I think it's for two reasons, and I don't think it really has to do with the pricing all that much. That's a great segue into our next question, which comes from Xavier Killa, who says, do you think the prices of cars will be higher than that of 2016 prices? So that is actually a kind of a hefty price to beat if you think about it, because some of the vehicles we got in 2016 were very expensive. I mean, look at some of the supercars that came out with cunning stunts. The Tyrus. You've got the RE7B. I think that one was like $2.7 million. The X80 Proto was up there as well, you know, $2.7 million as well. And then you got the Shotaro Tron bike as well. I think it was like $2.2 or $2.1 million. So you would have to almost get into the $3 million price range in order to see something like that. And that doesn't even include these special vehicles like the Ruiner 2000 that's $5.7 million. The Rocket Voltic, which is like $4 million. So that would be a really hefty asking price of Rockstar to go over that. So for normal vehicles, could I see it? Could I see a vehicle like a crazy supercar being $3 million? Sure, I could see Rockstar doing that. However, could I see them making a vehicle more expensive than, let's say, the Ruiner 2000 without it having crazy abilities like missiles and jumping and rockets, etc.? I don't think so. In fact, I think due to the nature of the way we're going to be seeing DLCs in 2017, I don't think we're going to be seeing anything near as quite expensive as what we saw in import-export. I really do think that import-export was the peak of the mountain, not only in terms of content, but probably in terms of its priciness as well. I don't think going forward we're going to be seeing cars and vehicles and items costing as crazy amounts of money as they did in December and with import-export. However, you never know. Rockstar could really surprise us here, and they could just say, you know what? Let's keep making more money. Let's keep making things more expensive. And with shark cards and whatnot, who's to say they couldn't just make more and more and more expensive items? Now, that is a great segue into another question, which comes from More Cubus, who says, do you think there will be a better money-making method than import-export added into GTA in the future? So I'm not sure about that. It honestly kind of depends on your play style. Some people might really prefer heists. Some people might prefer the grind of import-export. Some people might like the management of the biker stuff, checking on all your different businesses. So it's hard to say which one is the best because all of it is subjective to one's play style and how they go about, doing things in game. But are you talking about Rockstar adding like another kind of CEO or corporate system that allows us to make money? I'm sure they might do that. And will it be better than import-export? I'm not sure. Like I said, I think that it all depends on your play style. Some people might be great at the import-export stuff. Some people might be terrible at the biker stuff. So it all really kind of depends on how you play the game, how many friends you like to play with, what sort of crew members you like to associate with, etc. Moving on, we have a question from Remon who says, do you think some new clothing and special vehicles will be added in the special vehicle races themed update? So this was an important question because I want to clarify. That has not been confirmed. To give you guys the long story short, basically it's been found within the files that Rockstar can add special vehicles to the content creator. Thus, a lot of people are assuming that the next update is going to be like Death Races, Mad Max, Carmageddon, stuff like that. It's going to be a special vehicle races themed update. And would they add new special vehicles and new clothing? New clothing is possible, but I don't think they would add new special vehicles. That would be a lot of work for Rockstar, and the current warehouse that we own right now is 100% full with 8 vehicles, so it doesn't look as if there would be any way for Rockstar to add more unless they gave us a brand new warehouse that it was kind of like a part 2 for getting new vehicles, and that at this stage of Grand Theft Auto Online sounds a little bit more unlikely. So no, I don't think there would be new vehicles. Could there be new clothing? Yeah, absolutely. Would there be new features? Probably. But if they're going to do the special vehicle races, I honestly think they're going to do it with the 8 existing ones that we already have in the game. All right, moving on, we have a question from Knifeguy who says, do you think Rockstar will ever release animals into Grand Theft Auto Online? I don't think they will release animals into the wild. I think that with the limitations of the game and the consoles we have right now, it'd be too hard for Rockstar to load animals for everyone in the lobby. That's why it's possible for single player, because there's only one character. But when you have possible 30 people, it would be near impossible for Rockstar to do that. However, I do think that Rockstar could add animals in a limited sense. For example, if Rockstar were to add mansions or something like that into the game, then maybe you could have a pet that stays within your mansion yards or is only visible inside of the mansion house. That way Rockstar wouldn't have to randomly load it for everyone into the world. And I actually got 2 questions about this. I got a question that was, will Rockstar add mansions into the game? And I also got a question was, do you think Rockstar will add more apartments into Grand Theft Auto Online? I don't think about new apartments. We have plenty of those in the game. However, I think mansions is the next step for Rockstar. I mean, we've got yachts, we have apartments, we have stilt homes, we have CEO offices. The only thing we don't have are those Playboy Mansion style houses in the game. And the majority of the work has been done by Rockstar. The mansions are already there. They just need to build us a website that allows us to buy them and then build us an interior so that we can go inside and they have cool features and whatnot, like pets being one of them, a great place to hang out. All that sort of stuff would be pretty cool. And honestly, I would love it if Rockstar did like a High Life Update Part 2 that included new mansions, pets, some crazy new cars and clothing. That would actually be really exciting, and I think that would be a huge hit in the Grand Theft Auto Online community. All right, and finally, last but not least, we've got 2 questions left. This first one comes from Omer, who says, do you think the next GTA game will be different from the others because Leslie Benzies isn't working on it? That's a great question, Omer, and I've got a good analogy for you guys. That would be like taking away the head chef at a restaurant. Could that restaurant still kind of keep producing food? Yeah, I'm sure they could because everyone else at the restaurant had still been making the same food. However, when it comes time to open up a new restaurant and that head chef isn't there might be some things that are different. And that's kind of where Leslie Benzies is. He was like the creative brain and mind behind what made Grand Theft Auto and then Grand Theft Auto Online so successful. So yes, I think it will be different in some ways. The core game will still obviously be Grand Theft Auto, but again, when you miss a superstar piece like that, who knows what ultimately could be changed. All right, and our final question today is pretty interesting. It comes from Hunter, who says, do you think there will be a female main character in GTA 6? So obviously, GTA 6 has not been confirmed. We don't know when it's going to be coming out, but will there ever be a female character, main character in the next Grand Theft Auto? My gut answer is I doubt it. And that's not because female characters couldn't be amazing roles. I think a female lead would be amazing, but Rockstar know their demographic. They know that guys mostly play this game, and I think they're going to cater to the most part for guys. And there have been plenty of awesome female side characters and ones that have had important roles in the game. I just, like I said, think Rockstar know their demographic. They know guys are playing this game and that they probably want to play as a dude, which is why we've only seen guys in the GTA series be the protagonist. But regardless, I do think that would be awesome, and I do think that could actually be pretty cool. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below on all the questions that we touched on today, as that's all I have for you in this video right now. As always, if you want to get involved in the next one, all you got to do is go down in the description, follow me on Twitter, and use the hashtag AskBoss whenever I'm looking for Q&A videos, and you might find yourself featured in the next one. If you did go and enjoy this one, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.